Why are you working on a Sunday? Well, like you golfers out there, I am addicted to this stuff. So, thought I'd jump in the studio. I've been away for the last week, and I am somewhat behind on my content and my pursuit to bring you all of the best stuff. So I thought, why not come in, get some content loaded up so I can get cracking with a bit of editing before a busy week. And if you haven't seen my post, February is going to be all about the driver. Yes, that's right. The whole month long, all about the driver. And I'm going to be bringing you everything that you need to know about hitting the driver straight. So I thought, because I'm going to be doing some content this morning or this afternoon, it is this afternoon, it feels like this morning. Because I'm going to be bringing you some content with the driver, I'm going to need to warm up for these. I'm not going to be able to hit those cold like I normally do. So I thought I would warm up, and in the process of warming up, if I can actually tee the ball up, that is, I would just do a cheeky little live, give you a heads up what's going on. That's going to fall over again. Give you a cheeky little update into what's going on in the studio. And while I'm warming up, gives me an opportunity to have a chat to you guys, see how you're all doing. And then once I finish the live, I can then film the content and get you up to speed with the driver very, 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 very quickly. So there'll be a driver video coming out tomorrow, of which I'm going to film now. So anyone that's online and watching, they can tell me what they would like me to film. I will gladly film it for you. Oh my goodness. What's going on with teeing up? We've got a hello. Melvin Hodges. Hello to you, Melvin. Where are you watching from, my friend? Where are you watching from? For those of you that have been watching the channel, I was out in Bratislava last week, helping out some European coaches. Before that, I spent a week in Alicante working with a player, which was fun. Now I'm back. Alicante was warm-ish. It was extremely windy, but it was a lovely time with some lovely people. I'm back to one-to-one coaching. January I hadn't done any one-to-one coaching, but now I'm back to it. I'm now back to creating all the zeros for you, if that's any good. So just warming up with a few driver swings here. Not hit any balls today. It's Sunday here in the UK. It's probably Sunday in a lot of places in the world. Oh, we've got some comments coming in. Let me peg this up and then let me have a little look. See who's in, see who's commenting. Melvin, USA, Virginia. Welcome, Melvin. Welcome, my friend. Howdy from Hong Kong. Hey, Hong Kong must be super nice over there, I'm tipping. Melvin, snow and ice in Virginia, USA right now. Yeah, so today it's actually quite mild. It's like, what is it? It's like 10 degrees out there for us today, which is super mild. I've only come in with my gilet and my polo shirt, which is really nice. So I'll be filming some driver content. Remember, the whole of February is going to be all on the driver. I've got a lovely trip coming up to Malaysia as well. So I'm going to be filming some content, going to be out on the golf course, got the drone, got all of the cameras ready to go. Bum Rumbler, quadruple one, says hi, hey. Sman Salah, 1932, hey. Hey to you too. Welcome along, friends. Welcome along. Welcome along. Going to be filming. I'm going to be on here for about half an hour or so. See how we go. See how engaged everyone is today. And if everyone's super engaged, I can hang around a bit longer. But the intent is to film some driver content today, which is going to be really great. People always need to hit their driver straight, all right? It was down in Lasea golf course. My parents had a house in just outside Alicante, Denia, and hadn't been there for 30 years. And can you believe it? It was a house up a mountain. Went up the mountain in this kind of residential area, standing outside the house, and the guy walks out. I said, "You own this house?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, no way. My parents used to own this. And we sold it in the late 90s. He said, "Yeah, I was the one that bought it. And I remember your mum crying when she sold it." How mad was that? 30 years later. There you go. There's a little bit of interesting, well, probably not interesting stuff to you guys, but I thought I'd share it anyway. So, just warming up with a few drivers. Just making sure you all know that we can hit this driver just as straight as we can hit irons. Super important, isn't it? Everybody needs to hit that driver straight. Let's get that club swinging, grip moving around. Bosh. Looks like Doug just commented. Looks like Doug just commented, if I'm mistaken. Yes, hi Stu. Studio is definitely the best place to golf today, isn't it? Just, it's not nice out there. Well, I mean, it isn't too bad, to be fair, Doug. It isn't too bad, to be fair. What have I got to mention on the channel? So, got another month of the 999 swing analysis. If you haven't done that, go head over to Skillest. Go check out GX golf gloves. You can get 10% off of those with my code GOODCOACHING. Fantastic gloves, cabretta leather, absolutely top drawer. Good coaching, gets an extra 10% off. If you're watching, double hit the screen. That pops a little like up on the screen. Let's hit this one a bit harder. Hit this one nice bullet straight for you, Doug. Oh no, that was a bit right, that one. That was a bit right. That won't work. That won't work. Let's try that again. That's what happens when you have a week off, eh? There you go. That's a bit better. What have we got? Melvin. Ball position and angle of attack has been my struggle with driver. I'm guessing angle of attack has been too much down, Melvin, and ball position has been too far back, potentially. Let me know, Melvin, what's been the struggle. Got rained off this morning after trudging through the mud for 9 holes. Hit some quite good shots today, though. Yeah, it's no fun out there, is it, Doug? It's no fun out there. No fun. This is my go-to drill for driver. Go-to. Yeah, thought so. A lot of the time, Melvin, it's because people don't use their left legs and their lead shoulders are too high. Grip the golf club, take your trowel hand, pop it just below the grip, make some swings, make the left hand push down, make the right shoulder work around. Pushing down, making the right shoulder come around. Can you see how that club unloads? It's a great drill for feeling what you're trying to stop. Stuart, for the grip upon impact, what do you feel in your hands at impact? And does it feel firmly in the grip all the way throughout? So I'm always trying to feel the pad of my lead hand is opposing the sag of the club head. And the only way I can do that is by feeling like I can get my chest on the grip, which then allows the club head to swing. Now, the problem that most people have with driver is that because most golfers are standing up and unloading the club in this pitch, for someone to make the grip lower, which will line the face up, because as we know, if the club shaft is more horizontal, the loft of that club face is pointing more over my left shoulder, which would create more of a draw. The more the grip stands up, the leading edge will be pointing straight, but now the loft is pointing right. So most golfers, because they unload the club head downwards, their grip, which is opening the face up, their grip most of the time is trying to fix that by rotating, which all of a sudden, if you think about, the grip is lifting up, the golfer is trying to rotate the face. So take my lead hand, for example. The grip is lifting up, which is unloading the face down. That opens the face up. Then what golfers do is rotate the grip to close the face. Look at where the pad of the hand is, up to the sky. Completely the opposite of what people should be doing with their driver. So the best way to feel driver is to put your palm away from you and wave to the crowd. Put your palm away from you and wave to the crowd. If you wave to the crowd and then you tip down into your posture and do exactly the same, and now you put the grip on the way I suggest and do exactly the same, that's what waving to the crowd will feel like down through strike. But when you've predominantly as golfers stood up, unloaded it down, and then had to close the face over because the grip lifting up pointed the loft to the right, it's the equivalent to your hand being like this when you're waving compared to like this when you're waving. Very, very different. You've gone from bow of the wrist, palm up, bow of the wrist, palm up, to cup in the wrist, palm down. It's so opposite, completely the opposite. So all of the time a golfer, and this is what I want to talk about in February, when you say driver to golfers, they all think about hitting up, swinging from the inside to create flight. Very few people actually feel like they could apply their iron swing, which is hitting down, in the same way with their driver. Everyone believes that it should be hitting up and swinging out to the right. So iron swings and driver swings should feel the same in the mechanics. But where we meet the ball in the circle will give you a subtlety that makes the ball flighted with draw. Very long-winded answer to your question there, but that's what I'm going to endeavour to bring you in February, because it's all about the driver. So stay tuned for that. For those of you just tuning in, I've got one video that's members only. It costs £4.99 to be a member of my channel, but that one video that's on the grip is worth hundreds of pounds, because that's what it will save you in golf lessons. I had a Skillest client that sent me his swing, $9.99 he paid for top 3 things that he should change. He said, I've worked on lag and load in my downswing because I'm an early caster of the golf club. I've tried to rotate hard, but I've never been able to do it. His grip, when he stood to the ball, was like this with his left hand and like this with his right hand. That's how he was holding it. And then what he's trying to do is create lag and load. Well, lag and load is a very instinctive movement, because you would load the lever to swing the lever, but you wouldn't do it if the ball was going offline. So many of golfers' problems, root cause is the grip. Fix the grip, so much of it will be improved. Shane Waite, great answer. To which bit? All of it? Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it anyway. Hello, I want nice grip and forearm rotation. Well, nice grip immediately inspires forearm rotation. Unfortunately, good grips, poor grips rather, uninspire forearm rotation, because forearm rotation for most with a poor grip will make them feel like the face is opening. So if you lift the golf club up in front of you with a good grip and you do this, lift the grip up in front of you and do this, that's forearm rotation. So if you now set yourself up to the golf ball, lift the club up in front of you, 45 degrees of forearm rotation, and you make a backswing. And when you put yourself in that spot, it feels like you're going to hit the ball miles to the right. You know your grip is out of position. A good grip with that amount of forearm rotation should create a negative face to path, which is draw. The reason why that one faded to the right a little bit is because they hit it slightly out of the heel. Shane, mine always seems to bend no matter how hard I try. Which bit seems to bend, Shane? Let me know. Doug, brilliant answer. The constant battle with high lead shoulder and flattening the lead wrist through impact. Absolutely, Doug. Absolutely, Doug. But let's recognize something. Let's recognize something that if you were to just swing your lead arm with the club parallel to the floor, as you swung it quicker and quicker, that club head would want to pull itself more and more and more to the floor. So this lead hand is really always trying to lift the grip end up to stop the head hitting the floor. But of course, nobody really uses their trail hand to keep the head end up, because everybody in the world over is actively trying to buckle their arm. Look what it does to the grip height. This goes up, club head goes down. It's not to say that the trail arm doesn't bend, but when you actively try to bend it, that's what happens to the club head. It drops to the floor, the handle lifts up, which opens the face. Is it right to be cupped if you hold one hand in your left hand? Is it right to be capped if you hold one hand of your left hand? You're going to have to rewrite that because I don't understand what that question is, my friend. Dad, coach with driver. I can't increase my angle of attack. I've tried releasing early, staying behind the ball, all of it. I swing at 114 miles an hour. I use a TS2 and a low spin shaft. And yes, I use your grip. Well, you could use my grip. I have so many people say that I use your grip and they don't. So that's up for debate. If you're swinging at 114 miles an hour, what's the reason why you want to have less angle of attack? What is your angle of attack at the moment? So is it right to be cupped if you hold one? The bit I'm not getting of that, so I guessed it was cupped, but the question then reads, is it right to be cupped if you hold one hand of your left hand? I don't know what hold one hand of your left hand means. You'll need to explain a bit more on that one for me. I hope that makes sense. We have got Shane. I always bend my left arm. I always bend my left lead arm on backswing. I always bend my left hand, my left lead arm on my backswing, no matter what I try. Any tips to keep it straight, please? Currently trying to have crease of the lead arm facing downwards. So most golfers, lead arm bends down, not because of their lead arm, because of their right arm. So what you want to try to do is focus on the radius of your trail arm, not fixing the bend of your lead arm, because your trail arm is the one that will pull and compromise your lead arm. So a good drill is to take the golf club in your trail hand, put your lead arm or lead hand behind your trail elbow. Then make some swings where you feel like your right arm stays super wide. And you can see I can still set the golf club with a long trail arm. Now, once you've felt a long trail arm, I defy you to ever have too much of a bent lead arm. Lead arm is never the problem when it bends. It's always the trail arm, period. Hope that makes sense. That will fix that lead arm bend for you. Another great way is to get yourself a bag towel. Get the bag towel, grip it with your lead hand, pop it up against the center of your chest, take the other end with your trail hand, and then make some swings. And when you're set up, gently flex your arm, how you would be at address. So my trail arm is gently flexed, it's not locked out, it's gently flexed. And then make some swings, keeping the towel taut. And what you'll immediately feel is how wide your trail arm will be. Once you replicate that with two hands on chain, again, that'll fix that breaking down of your lead arm. Let me know how you go. Let's get the driver back out. 50 of you on. Thanks ever so much for dropping in and saying hi. Got any questions? Let me know. So I'm always looking with driver to make that lead shoulder feel like I can push it down and I can move it around. Hope that makes sense. Which then makes me feel like I can get around the golf ball and make those kind of shots. Why does the left shoulder get lower in the backswing? Because when we stand upright and you rotate, the shoulder pitch is responding to the angle your spine is tilted on. When you then tip more forwards and you pitch your shoulders around exactly the same pitch as your spine was on, so my shoulders are moving at 90 to my spine. Now I tip forwards, my shoulders pitch around my body at 90 to my spine. Now my left shoulder goes down. That's the reason why the left shoulder goes down. Everything has an answer. There's a reason for everything. It's all super easy stuff, particularly if you grip it right. So always looking for right side to be involved. Moving the grip around. This is the feel that I'm always looking for, because now down means the club head is up. When the club head is up, it allows me to swing, which lines it up, which now sits my shoulder down more, stops it from being so angular, and that all of a sudden lines the face back up on the way through. So always looking for lead shoulder down, trail shoulder high, which now puts the loft back in the golf club and moves it around the body. Super. Super, super. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Always working on the swing moment. Pull, swing. Do that face on for you. Pull, swing. Pull, swing. Pull. If you keep pulling that way, that's why angle of attack is too much. Face is open, legs bent. I push the hip back. I push the grip down. Now I let the club swing. I'm back to lined up. Super simple. Super simple. All right. Oh dear. Oh, feel a bit tired, got to tell you. Whew. It's not my best effort. So if you see one of those shots, simplest thing, put the ball even further forwards in your stance. So all of a sudden you meet it more over here. Put the ball further forwards in your stance, which means you're going to meet it more over here with the loft looking up and to the left. So put the ball further forwards in my stance, meet it more up. So now I hit more up, which then makes the ball have more bend to the left. Super simple stuff. Oh, a couple of questions in. Melvin, please help me understand what the legs should be doing during the driver swing. I feel I have no flex in my legs. Should I? So if you go check out, the driver swing is no different to any other swing. But again, your legs will react to whether you feel like you're hitting down or hitting up. So in a backswing, your right leg is pushing, which is opening your hip up. In your downswing, your left leg is now pushing, which is opening your leg up. So your legs are pistons. Right leg pushes, opens your hip up. Left leg pushes, opens your hip up. Super simple stuff. Joe, do you find you need less pressure down with the left shoulder through release with shorter clubs? Seems like this can cause more left shots with shorter clubs. No, not at all. Not at all. You'll only slightly need less pressure because the club head is a bit more underneath the grip. The longer the club gets, the more the club head is outside that of the grip, so there'll be slightly more pressure in a driver, which most people won't feel because they're thinking about lifting the grip up because they're trying to hit up. The ball going to the left will more than likely be because your face to path value is open, and if that's Joe that I helped on Skillest, it's because your face is open to the path. Loose bum hole. Oh, interesting. Just called you loose. Best position for shaft at address, setup and club face. Point of view correlation points to the shaft angle. Club shaft to your spine at 90 is a good start point. So club shaft to your spine at 90. Can you see that? That's the best correlation. Dad, huge fan, coach. My angle of attack is 5, therefore spin is average at 3.8. Working tirelessly to solve this, but not making much headway. I'm a good player, but can't seem to figure this out. Well, for £9.99, which is $15, go hit me up on Skillest and send me a video of your driver face on and down the line, and I'll give you the reasons why. I mean, it's so simple. I will give you the reason why. And I'm not trying to sell lessons here or anything, but if it's going to take, if you've worked tirelessly at it and you haven't fixed it, for $15, it would be worth the investment, in my opinion. I have a tendency to bump the left hip out at the top of the backswing, which bothers me. What's going on there? Could be anything. It's so difficult to be specific with errors like that. I have a tendency to bump my left hip out at the top of the backswing. That could be a backswing, or is it in transition on the way down? If it's transition on the way down, it means you've got too much trail foot activation. If your left hip is driving forwards, the only way that hip can drive forwards is if that trail foot pushes too much. But that trail foot pushing your hip forwards too much might be making up because you have a big lateral shift off the golf ball in your backswing. So if you fix that, you'd be worse for it. So just go careful with that. That's why me just trying to fix it without seeing you is quite tricky. Yeah, $15 is a steal, Dad. It is. Willem, Stuart, have you tried the newest tech graphite shafts? No. For irons, no, I haven't. No. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, so I can't help you out on that one, Willem. Kevin, hello to you, sir. Dr. Jürgen, hello to you. It's half an hour. Yep, 3:30. I've warmed up. I don't want to be here all Sunday afternoon and evening, so I'm going to bid you a farewell. Hopefully you've enjoyed this impromptu Sunday afternoon swing tips, and you've got a bit out of it. Stay tuned. Back on the roadshow of lots of content coming out this week, and website is getting closer to being finished, so stay tuned for that as well. And if you haven't become a member of my, well, it's not membership, just go over and hit up my WhatsApp community chat. Gives you lots of updates on what's going on. And if you want to support the channel, why not be a member? You get all of the content up early. And also there is a golf video on there that is all about the grip, which is worth its weight in gold. Hope that all makes sense. Thank you so much, Melvin, Willem, and Doug for being involved. Cody asks, why do I hit my irons too high? Probably because you've got a weak grip and you have no angle of attack because it's trying to square the face up. Anyway, hope you all have a great Sunday and a fantastic week. Stay tuned, loads of driver content coming your way.